You can't see me. Dude, I want to start it over because I was actually... This piano part to the trailer right here is pretty... Well, we all know the song. We know the thing about it, but it's moving. It's pretty fucking moving.
Yeah.
What was that fucking song called?
I'm telling you, I'm a huge fan of the franchise. A lot of people give me shit for it, but I have no shame. There's no apology for me.
It's kind of like what I was talking about earlier, man, about guilty pleasures and how I just don't even fucking care anymore. You know, you just like what you like. You know, why don't you even put a guilty pleasure in there? To say it's a guilty pleasure, it almost seems like you're bowing down to a collective, the masses' collective idea of what's cool or not. You know. And
me and you used to be very much so musical snobs. You know.
Yeah, I feel like I was more of a musical snob, in probably a gayer sense. By I mean gayer by I trust this guy's opinion in music. He gave this album a good review. Let me listen to it. And honestly, the dude never led me astray. I think it's Stephen Thomas Airline of New Music, or whatever that fucking site, allmusic.com. He always said had his kind of finger. He had his finger on the pulse of pretty much the main vein of what I was into. You know, so he lent me some good albums. Some of the stuff I'm like, what the fuck? You know? I think Pavement and stuff like that. Actually, you sent me Pavement, but he gave that one of those albums 4.5, 5 stars.
I honestly didn't show you Pavement. I went and grabbed an album. I was like, look at this album cover.
No way. So you didn't even know shit about it? You're just picking up stuff to show me?
Yeah,
Daddy,
I randomly picked it up. I was like, man, this looks really cool. And look how many songs you get for fucking $18.
Yeah.
Hey,
one of those
pretty good
albums.
Call, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. To me, that blows me away that there was... As much as that kind of music changed me, it's crazy to say that was just on a whim that you picked that up, you know?
Yeah, that's really the truth. I had heard their name and stuff from Spin Magazine and shit. Right. I didn't know a fuck thing about them. I didn't even know Cut Your Hair. Yeah,
man, they didn't even play it on Fuse or anything like that back in the day. If you had seen the video, you had watched MTV back in 1993.
Yep.
You know, it wasn't in current circulation.
I seen the album cover, and I kept walking past it every time we would go to Circuit City or somewhere, and I was like this, and you know what? I actually think that one was at Borders, if I'm not mistaken. I think we went with my brother to the mall. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I do know.
No, you was right. You talking about that one was, yeah. But we didn't get it there. And it was Best Buy. We got it at Best Buy in Douglasville. That's when I first bought it.
Yeah, and
You had showed me at Circuit City, because I remember you showing me up there. Man, Circuit City, what the fuck happened there? You know?
Dude, that place, you could listen to... I mean, I bought Ryan Adams, his first album. I can't remember, Heartbreaker. I bought his first album there, man, because I got to hear the songs before I bought them, you know?
Ryan Adams, that's a guy that I can hear the songs, and I can be like, I don't know if this is a solid buy for me. Some of his stuff's good, but then even that song that's really popular as hell, Pick Me Up, is that what it's called? Come pick me up. I mean, there's some cool...
He's got some cool songs.
Yeah, there's some cool lyrics. That's
On Your Side. I love that song.
That one I don't know too much of. Didn't he do a cover of... Ryan Adams is just an interesting guy in general, because he's almost a guy like you or me.
Called 1989, and it was all of Taylor Swift songs.
Ryan Adams did a cover album.
He did a cover album of
an
1989.
And dude, what? A little obsessive, isn't he? I mean, that's dedication right there, if you could call it dedication. It's almost a euphemism for Taylor, watch out! Fucking Ryan Adams. And I think he likes younger girls, too, man. He was dating Mandy Moore at one time.
Yeah, well, they were married for 4 years.
You know what's even crazy? To bring this back to that Stephen Thomas airline. No, it was a different music critic. But anyways, it was another music critic that fucking Ryan Adams flipped his fucking shit on. And left him all these harassing fucking voice messages and stuff like that. That was actually a good book. I wish I could remember who fucking wrote the book, but that was actually a good book. That dude's fucking, I guess, his exploits into it. I can't remember what the fuck that book was about, but I remember it had something to do with weird indie bands and him being a music critic, and Ryan Adams and Stephen Jenkins being absolute fucking losing their shit because he gave them a bad review.
Dude, but tell me this, would this not bother you? If you were at your show and all those people bought tickets with your name on it, but then they still yelled out Summer of '69. He literally beat someone up at a show.
Okay, so this is Ryan Adams. Okay, Ryan Adams did this? I had no clue. So someone, it's kind of like the Freebird moment. He's got his individual Freebird, as in like Freebird is what, everyone yells at fucking every kind of performance there is. Play Freebird! Kind of a meme in itself.
I always shoot them birds and say that one was free. Next one you got to pay for.
Is that an original? Because that's pretty ingenious. Did you really come up with that?
I mean, I may have heard it down the line, but that's what I say. I mean, I've heard people just shooting a bird.
Some people just say it because they're fucking unoriginal assholes, in quite literally the sense they are assholes, And then to be an asshole is to one thing, but at least be fucking original, At least come up with something, Hey man, your shoe's untied. Oh really? Made you look, faggot. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with you, bro? I mean, your genetic line needs to stop now.
Dude, I've playing so many shows, I've heard some bad stuff. Of course, it's not all bad. I've heard some really nice things, and people have been extremely kind and generous with their money, tips, buying drinks, all that kind of stuff. A lot of cool people. But I'm telling you, man, some people fucking despise that guy up there with the acoustic guitar. And they're sitting there trying to eat and enjoy their meal. They don't want you to fucking sing.
Well,
restaurants have always been the worst.
It's weird, man. Oh, I got you. Okay. Something that's traditional. Yeah, I totally feel you there. Something like a Mexican restaurant that has a, hey, we get a little wild on Friday and Saturday nights. One of those places.
Okay, that's acceptable. Yeah, those are. But like I played at this barbecue stand, and I'm serious, dude. My fucking headstock was like 2 foot from this fucking people's table. I couldn't move. I was in a fucking box, in an invisible box. I couldn't move because if I would have moved, I would have knocked the motherfucker out. Just restaurants ain't. I don't know, man. If I get a restaurant gig, I usually just turn it down. Like I won't even accept it.
Wow, man. You was in a box? Now, explain this to me again because I kind of lost all traction.
I was in an invisible
traction
box
of the story.
Because they had me so close to everyone. I was literally at these people's tables, basically.
So it was like the anti-COVID year, where instead of apart.
Yeah, this was 2000. This was 2018.
Everyone was fucking like sardines, just packed in there. That's crazy, dude. And he was just
restaurants are always the place that I know within the first 3 songs somebody's gonna come up and be like, "Hey, can you turn it down just a little bit?" And it's like,
no, the manager. Yeah, we've gotten a lot of complaints about your shrieking. Dude, imagine if I was fucking doing it. The way I sing and shit. They would fucking probably just turn the power off.
No, I mean, like, basically, the people, they'll come up and say, "Can you turn it down a little bit?"
Oh.
And I turn it down, and then they'll come back up, and they'll be like, "Hey, can you turn it down just a smidge more?" And it's like, fuck, you want me to just unplug and play acoustically?
Yeah, for real, man. That's strange.
It's weird because
which place was this?
Fucking paid me. They booked me.
Where was this at?
Shuckers is one of the worst ones.
Shuckers, man. Yeah, a lot of people go there to eat, surprisingly. You would think that was kind of well, I really think that they probably brought in that, what was that place called? That guy from The Real World had it. I want to say Rum Runners? Was that what it was? Back in the day? Yeah, it was like Rum Runners or something, like this college. The guy from The Real World, Ace, he was in The Real World Paris. I want to say he like went on to own it. The only reason I know this is because my wife told me. Don't think I'm over here. I need to know what Ace did after Real World Paris. Did he start that successful chain of bars? No, I didn't look that shit up. but
Shuckers turned it down. La Fiesta turned it down. And I was about to say in Mexico. In Carrollton. La Fiesta in Carrollton.
You get around, bro. Mexico.
And I was a dickhead to them, bro. And bands for life.
Who was you a dickhead to?
La Fiesta up there on the square in Carrollton. I'm banned for life.
La Fiesta. Is that over there by across from the fuck? No one's gonna know what the fuck the auditorium or Coliseum, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah, the amp.
The amp. Yeah, the amphitheater. Something straight out of something from ancient Greece. Yeah, it's pretty neat
though. I played at the amp
though.
one time, man, and that was really fun. Like it was like a free concert, and all those people were out there. And I just got up there and played for 45 minutes. They paid me $300. I was like, fuck, I'll do this shit all day long.
That's fucking awesome, really.
45 minutes, you damn right, man. And I'm not trying to get on no long story about, I play music, blah. I ain't trying to fucking talk about it, but it really is something a lot of people don't know about. We went from Ryan Adams to that, but...
Well, that would be a good time to introduce you, too. Everybody, welcome to the show. Today I'm joined by Charlie Hudgens. He's a local artiste. Really an auteur. I mean, he's a music video director. Does all this production work in the video realm, not just audio. He's a real AV guy. Is this Charlie Hudgens? But anyways, sorry to catch everybody up.
Introduction.
Yeah. But dude, just to make that much money and to just to play music would be kind of a win in my book.
Yep, and I seen a cool ass meme the other day, and it was that Leonardo DiCaprio meme, where he's doing that fucking face.
Yeah, from Django. Let me see if I can get a little visual.
You can't drink and do your job at the same time. And then it showed his face and it said musicians. And Leonardo DiCaprio was holding like a Budweiser.
Yeah, I just fucking...
music, shit, dude.
I just did a search for...
and they give you free beer.
I just did a search for that DiCaprio memes, and it's the only one that pulls up. Oh, wait, no, there actually is. And what's weird about it, well, every once in a while, I'm getting The Great Gatsby. Another movie he's in, but most of the movies he's in, it's crazy the shelf life of this one from Django Unchained. These fucking DiCaprio memes. Vikings after I don't get that shit. Greenland.
But I fucking, I love playing at a lot of places and bars, especially like smoky, honky-tonk bars is where I thrive. I make more followers and fans, and I can be myself and go out and talk to people. That's always the cool part. Like, I've played some uppity fucking places that paid more and then never wanted me back again because I felt so uncomfortable by the crowd that I froze up. And
like playing it like somewhere like Plates, which is this kind of a yuppie prep school looking... Hey, man, I only wear Patagonia shorts. Hey, my shorts cost me $95. Something like that. Like a place like that.
Yep, the Irish Bread Pub.
Irish Bread Pubs like that?
Irish Bread Pub, dude.
I figured they would be kind of...
Come on and play. It's $125. And I was like, do I get a tab? No tab. So I go there, and I got like this huge mixer and these huge speakers and microphones and guitars and cables and all this. And they're like, I'm like, okay, where do I set up? And they're like, up on the patio. So I have to fucking walk up the goddamn steps with all this shit.
Hey, what's up with those places, too? Because it's not just fucking Irish Bread Pub. It's also Plates across the street. Or anywhere that has a second level on the fucking square in Carrollton. It's like, why is there so many fucking steps? Like,
Plates was horrible. I'll never play there again. I played one night, and I was crunk up really loud, and I could not hear myself play because the people were so fucking loud.
the patio. Isn't that like a small area?
Oh, yeah, the fucking Irish Bread Pub patio was horrible. I fucking hated it. You have to play in the daytime, so you're sweating. People are right there fucking just right next to you. And, yeah, it sucks. I really love Sutton's in Carrollton. I'll play there again, like, any day of the week. But there's only, like, one or two bars in Carrollton.
Sutton's they really got to get their menu down, man. They got to have some original food. They need to bring some kind of not really necessarily like a high fucking grade chef, but someone that fucking cares about what they're giving. They're excited about what they're serving to people, man. Those fucking chicken tenders I got at fucking just basic fucking shit. I mean, this was 2 + 2 = 4 chicken tenders. It was straight out of, hey, just drop this in the microwave and serve it to them idiots and charge them $18. That's my only gripe with like a lot of these places. I want someone that gets excited about their food, man. I think if a lot more people did and wasn't trying to just fucking skimp out and go for max profit, that a lot of these places would be booming. Why would you want to eat out, man? Especially if you had a place like Sutton's that served like this bomb-ass grilled chicken sandwich,
Well, I mean, I personally like Sutton's food, but I only get one thing every time I go, and it's always bomb. I get the fried shrimp dinner, and the green beans are fucking amazing. The mashed potatoes are amazing. The roll's amazing. The shrimp's amazing. Like, it's really, really good. But I see what you're saying, man. And, like, that's one of the reasons why I just back away from restaurants in general when it comes to playing. People want to go eat. They want to eat good food. And they want to be able to talk to the fucking people they're eating with. And you brought my fucking redneck ass up in here.
Shit.
And I'm fucking singing, I got a good woman. I'm fucking singing Hank Jr. And
yeah, it's almost like they
around.
groan when they come in. They're like, fuck, dude, it's fucking music night.
Yeah, it's Friday night.
Let's rethink this whole fucking plan.
Your sign outside.
Yeah.
I did not want this.
It's almost like the anti-customer night. A restaurant. Hey, we really don't want to deal with a lot of customers this Friday. Let's book Josh Ferguson or someone to play.
Yeah.
So they get annoyed.
They like
go to Shuckers instead.
If it's a bar and grill, I'm down. But if it's just a fucking restaurant, yeah, you can't get me in there.
Well, it's crazy too to be. It's crazy too to even book somebody when you're strictly a restaurant. It's like fucking Chick-fil-A. Asking fucking Migos to come in or something.
Yeah.
It's just kind of out of character. It's just weird.
Yeah, speaking of Amigos, the worst show I think I've ever played. Me and Jacob played up there at that fucking construction site in Marietta.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, yeah, we just want y'all to put on about an hour and a half, 2-hour show for all of our workers. And I'm not trying to be racist at all. But they had all these tables set up and a big-ass dinner and stuff. And, I mean, real good food. And I seen them coming. They said, all right, we're getting the workers over here. About 150 fucking people, Josh.
Uh-huh.
Almost every one of them was a no habla inglés.
Oh, yeah.
Hispanic male. And they literally just looked at us, bro. And I could see them laughing and all kinds of shit. Like, the white guys that were there were real nice. And I'm pretty sure the Mexican guys were nice, too. They just couldn't understand shit.
Dude, it is
crazy. They probably had no idea what we were fucking singing.
It is crazy how many Amigos are in Atlanta, dude. I kind of see it, too, where I work at. I mean, good people, salt of the earth kind of people and stuff. But it so many. There's some guy that asked me today if I spoke Spanish. And then I said, no, man, I don't. And then he said, oh, how much? That's always the word they know. How much? That's like when when they're letting you into the border. They're like, okay, the only word you really need to know is how much. Here's $100 bill, and I hope to God someone's honest and fair with you.
Listen, Raphael, you're gonna be spending a shitload of money.
Dude, but yeah, so you was mainly playing. Well, I figured they would like it. It seems like they're kind of more into that style. Who actually even booked that gig at this place, man? That is kind of funny. They would like, cause
I met this guy in Cartersville or somewhere. Yeah, I think it was Cartersville. I met him 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Damn, a connection.
He remembered me, and he said, I mean, this was this year when we played, and Jacob and me went up there and played, and Jacob was like kind of under the weather, and he was like, yeah, man.
He had COVID, didn't he?
Yeah, he had COVID at that show.
He gave COVID all, possibly. He was a COVID spreader. Honestly, he probably didn't have COVID. The whole thing with the PCR test, the rapid test they was doing at that time, they had the threshold turned up so high on the cycle that really, I mean, you seen that night, I can't remember who it was, but there was some president over in, Africa or maybe somewhere like that tested a pineapple. And he tested
no, it wasn't a pineapple, it was a papaya.
Yeah, that and a can of Coke tested positive for COVID.
He tested a goat.
Yeah, they tested positive for COVID. The fucking PCR tests were so fucking tuned up, man. Which is kind of scary in a way because you're thinking, oh man, I hope this. Yeah, which is kind of scary in a way because you're thinking, dude, if they can just turn it off and on like this, they can shut everything down again. They really can, and that's terrifying to me.
I don't know if America's as stupid as Canadians, bro.
I feel so bad for the Canadians, man. I really can't either.
I seen this woman on fucking TikTok, and she's like, it was her on the other side where Niagara Falls was.
Yeah.
And that whole fucking park was full on the American side. Like, no mask, no social distancing. And she was like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, shit, bro.
She said, is COVID even still real?
Oh, my God.
She was asking all these fucking questions.
No, dude, in Canada, they are in total fucking... Kind of like... dude, Britain is, too. Both those places, and if you really look at it, I mean, it's a sign of things to come for America. And it's pretty scary, dude, unless we get some leaders with real balls and brains, I guess, to really see what's going on.
I just don't see how they could lock us down again, bro. Like, too many people resisted and, said, fuck the mask and fuck the guidelines, fuck this, fuck sanitizing my hands, fuck you, Like, too many people did that. Now, there was a lot of lemmings out there who's like, yeah, poke me, give me my shot. I want my burger and fries.
Yeah, that is crazy, too. When it first started, every motherfucker had a mask on. Even me. You know what I'm saying? But maybe there was times where I seen people without mask, and dude, trust me, I'm totally not into this mask thing or anything like that. But I seen that guy without mask, and I was not really envious, but at the same time, I was like, this dude really knows what's up. But damn, I don't know if I want to be him, because it's like fucking 95% of the people here are wearing masks, and you're that fucking oddball that isn't, Hell, I'll probably support you if people start talking shit to you.
I seen people in Florida with masks on. I mean, I was like, shit.
What do you think the ratio is of people in Florida that saw it, or that had masks on? Because I'm curious now. In Georgia, I want to say it's almost 100% people, or where I'm at, that don't wear masks. I see maybe 2 people that wear masks.
Yeah, I say for every 40 people I see one with a mask.
Yeah, that's a good number, dude. I remember I went to like my little girl's softball game or baseball game or t-ball game, Are you sure it wasn't hockey? No, it was t-ball. But I went to her fucking game, and I was so fucking happy to see everybody's face again. I mean, just to see someone's face, I was ecstatic, and it's not because I'm weird or I want to see people's faces, but I was happy people were like, "Fuck this shit," you know. I was happy about it.
Well, I mean, and dude, it really does. Like, my thing is that I don't really say that COVID was a hoax or anything like that. I'm not like some.
It definitely wasn't a hoax.
I'm not a super right winger, nothing like that. But I mean, there are a few things that I will say about it, like how I think it was planned, how I do think it was.
Oh,
I do think it was created.
It's kind of like the Rahm Emanuel, whatever Rahm Emanuel said. Don't ever let a crisis go to waste. It's like they do with anything. That they take something, that's that wasn't that serious, but possibly could have been, devastating. But hey, they had it under control. But they want to amp it up like they they don't have control of it. Just so they can push a little further, get you to do a little bit more. It's stuff like that, man.
I mean, I didn't leave the house.
Oh yeah, you went fucking total lockdown for like a month, right?
Yeah, almost a month and a half, and I
crazy.
went nuts over that shit, and I was spraying Erica down when she would bring in groceries.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't like that, but we was close to it. I mean, I was well say we was like that.
And not just that, but fucking masks, dude. I remember when it first dropped. I remember going into Walmart like right before, and I seen a friend in there, and they were talking about how their mom was in the hospital. She had just had a heart attack, and she was having surgery on her heart. I was like, yeah, I'm just stocking up on some things in case we get locked down, because I wasn't taking it that seriously. And she said, oh, that shit ain't gonna happen. Dude.
Yeah, I mean,
it happened like the whole last summer was fucking weird, dude.
Okay, see, that's the thing with me. I mean, you can hear, I guess to that person what you just said was a conspiracy theory, right? So you got people that are actually ringing a real alarm and trying to like warn people. Another thing I think people need to be made aware about is the Biden administration's fucking push to label everyone a domestic terrorist. If you question the election, the integrity of it, which is no doubt fucking something was severely going on right there. I don't even know if that's the right word. But seriously, something seriously was going on right there.
There was too many inconsistencies with that. We all know it. Democrat, Republican, everyone knows it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, fucking, even Democrats like, dude, I want to say even CNN had a poll, and like 65 or 70% of the people on CNN thought the election was stolen. Dude, you know that number's closer to 90 than anything.
Well,
that's crazy.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think that everything was okay. You have, and I'm not saying this about all Democrats, so I don't want it to be taken that way. But COVID comes out, the first people talking about, oh shit.
All right, let's talk about Democrats too, real quick.
We got to send them money. No, we got to print this much money. We write out the stimulus checks, Don. And then unemployment, which I'm not gonna lie, like I received unemployment, but at the same time, all that printed money has to be paid back somehow. And I'm telling you, it's not going to get paid back. Just inflation's going to keep going through the fucking roof.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that that's by design, too. Especially if you want to get into what, quote-unquote, we want to call deeper conspiracy theories. Are they trying to bankrupt this nation so globalist billionaires can buy it up for pennies on the dollar? I mean, it's not
I
pennies
do
on the
think
dollar.
that that's what it is, man. They're now, I think the American government is going to join forces. I mean, this sounds extreme, but I do see some kind of weird, like, shit that could possibly happen of where our United States government joins forces with the rest of, like, a few other huge countries, and
Oh, they already have. It's called the United
fucking
Nations. Yeah, I mean, we're totally in that United Nations. Hey, let's all agree to do this. You know, I don't know if they're in a quote unquote to quote a plant lockstep. United Nations plant lockstep. I don't know if we're all totally simpatico with that bullshit. But yeah, it kind of gets back to what I was talking about before. I wanted to say something kind of about or Democrats too. I think they're well-meaning people. That's really it, you know. And they've just been propagandized or whatever just by everything, you know, which is no fault, you know, to themselves. It's bullshit. What can happen? And you really look at it with Obama when he repealed the Smith-Mundt Act, which was, you know, you could allow state-sponsored propaganda on TV. When he repealed that, then we got fucking served a fucking plate full of lies, or, you know, an agenda-laced, you know, news briefing. You know,
and you're so correct, because that's all we've gotten. But I'm so fucking sick of both sides feeding me lines and lines of horse shit on both sides, man. Like, I don't see why the Republican Party has to be so anti any kind of change or progression.
I don't necessarily know if they are. I mean, I don't know really enough about any of the guys. All I know is and this is, I kind of get the same sense with, like, Democrats too. They're all rich as fuck. They're no shit. They're all lawyers. So even before they was in politics or whatever, they were cleaning fucking bank, dude. They were making, like, probably over $100,000 a year before they was a politician. You know, lawmakers. I think you said it too.
Career politicians at that, man.
Yeah, career. That's even worse. How could that even? Who was the fucking dumbass that thought, you know what? Maybe someone needs to be a career politician. You know, that way they can really put down the time to think about what the nation's going to be like for the next 50 fucking years. Could you imagine getting some old motherfucker? Like, look at Strom Thurmond, you know, who was a fucking... if you just look up Strom Thurmond, the dude was pretty much a racist, you know? I mean, cut and dry, this dude was fucking racist as fuck. And he was still doing stuff when Joe Biden, you know, was coming up, which is even crazier. I want to see how old Strom Thurmond was. But yeah, he would be like on the thing dropping the N-bomb and stuff like that. I mean, this dude fucking had no chill. Fucking no respect. And the thing about him too, Strom Thurmond, I think Joe Biden actually gave a speech at Strom Thurmond's eulogy. I guess that's what you would call it. And that really just goes to show you, like, how racist Joe Biden really is. If he was hanging out with Strom Thurmond.
I mean, dude, personally, I think we need some kind of major shift.
Now, this is something I remember about Strom Thurmond. The only reason I know this name, there was a guy, I think he was my 8th grade American history teacher.
Yeah.
He would talk about Strom Thurmond and just kind of, like, fucking crack jokes on him. But he said he was, like, the oldest politician there was at the time, which I think might have been 1999, 98. Let me see. I want to see this guy's service. Sorry to interrupt you there, man, dude.
You're good.
What was you saying, though? I'm going to try to find this real quick. Strom Thurmond actually ran for president.
We need a major shift in the system.
It's crazy that Strom Thurmond, a career racist, fucking ran for president. I had no clue, but yeah, that was back in the 40s and 50s. That really goes to show you, what America had on its fucking color palette back in the day. And America's not perfect and all that stuff like that, and we all know this too. I mean, we've seen the footage, and it was some bullshit. It straight up was some bullshit.
Well, look, I'll tell you
I
this,
have a
man.
hard time accepting, like, why were y'all like this? Why could y'all not see earlier, that this isn't right?
Look, I have an analogy for the way these politics work,
Okay.
especially with presidents. And, I mean, you could even use it for senators and House of Representatives and all the other people who run, even your local. You take a fast food worker and you give him the job, or you just take a plant and put the guy on an assembly line. They'll show up, they'll do their job, they'll be themselves, they'll do, they won't fucking, they won't just come to work to, fuck off and do shit like that. I mean, I know there's bad apples in all workers, but you give that motherfucker, the same guy who was fucking working his ass off in that plant, give him a manager job. Give him a supervisor position. Watch his fucking whole attitude, his whole mentality change. And that's the same way it is, man. On the fucking election trail, when they're out there campaigning, you got them working. You got them out there on the assembly line. You got them fucking showing face, trying to move up. Give them the goddamn position that they're going for, they fucking change.
What do you mean, like slack off, kind of?
They fucking don't do anything that they said they would do. The same way at the plants that I've worked at in the past. Guys would be like, man, if I was a fucking manager here or something, I'd give us this fucking day off and I'd give us this much of a raise. Fucking people want to talk a bunch of shit, but then those same motherfuckers that become managers and supervisors realize that they got bigger supervisors and they can't actually do shit. And they get more money. The rest of the workers don't, but they get more money. And they fucking change. Same with the fucking politicians, bro. Oh, I'm going to do this for y'all. I'm going to do that for y'all. No, you're going to tell us that you're going to do that. Then you're going to get your big-ass fucking paycheck. Then you're not going to do shit that you said you'd fucking do. Because you got bigger powers that be and fucking are over you, too.
It's kind of weird because you think about stuff like that, and you're totally right, man. I mean, like, people... Ideally, they go in there. They're idealistic. They want to change things. They want to make things better, dude. For them, because they're in that class. But as soon as they get out of that class, they don't give a fuck anymore. Now they're just trying to scramble for more. You know.
The one thing I can say about this fucking unemployment and all this fucking stimulus money, I know it's going to cause our collapse, and I know it's going to bring the inflation. But I seen fucking people who never went on vacation going on fucking vacation. I seen fucking Christmas photos of people's Christmas who I've looked at the year before that, and their fucking kids got one of the best Christmases they've ever had. You know what? People were actually fine. The little man was actually fucking getting paid for once.
Yeah, I mean, that's good, man. I like that. Yeah, there was money rolling in, and they took a bad thing, or you could say Trump and the Democrats, because I'm sure fucking Schumer and all them and fucking Pelosi had some kind of say in it. Maybe not Pelosi, just because maybe her more than anybody. But yeah, they were like, listen, we need to give them some money. It is bullshit. Who was it that fucking decided against the? How much did Trump want for stimulus that second go round? And they were like, no, we're not doing that. They wanted to give us like $500 or $600. It was something crazy.
They ended up doing the $600 per member, and he wanted to do $2,500 per house per member of the family.
Yeah, dude, if you're gonna fucking take that much money out and do a fucking new bill where you have to fucking, the Federal Reserve has to print all this money, which is a bullshit system. The Federal Reserve, which is not even federal, you know. Oh, okay, great, we're doing that. All right, now let's print some more money. It almost seems like a conflict of interest because they're profiting off of the fucking United States debt. How is the Federal Reserve closely linked? I mean, I understand why they're closely linked to it, but seriously, it seems like there should be another fucking insertion point in there where you don't get total fucking corruption, because I feel like that's all we're getting is total fucking corruption from the Federal Reserve. You know, I mean, our Federal Reserve, and even probably, what is it, the IMF? No, what is the IMF? I want to say it's like a multinational bank. But yeah, I really feel like. But if you're gonna do a bill like that, you might as well fucking. If you're gonna do a bill where, oh, dude, no way you look at it, we're gonna be paying for this. Our kids are gonna be paying for this. Our kids will be paying for this. If they're gonna be paid for it anyway, why not go all out? That's like people who, oh, I got the mid-range Lexus. Dude, you're gonna fucking be paying on it anyway. Why didn't you go with the fucking high-end one? You know? I mean, make it worth your while. Make it actually for you to bust your ass and work to that. Make you where you actually get something that lasts longer. Don't fucking sell yourself short in the long run.
Well,
And,
dude,
you know,
I mean, the
that's what I
minimum wage
appreciate
in
about
Georgia
Trump.
is still $7.50.
And do what now?
The minimum wage in Georgia is $7.50.
That
and you got
fucking
family.
tragic.
You got fucking families who are having to put their name on lists at Christmas time.
Yeah, we do. We do, man.
I've done it before too in the past, and I've had to put my fucking name on a list to go up there and get toys for my kids because I didn't make enough money to pay my bills and buy my kids Christmas. And Jeff Bezos wants to tell his employees, "Why are you wasting my life? Why are you wasting my time?"
It's disgusting, man. It really is. There's no way around. There's no way to sugarcoat that pill. It's fucking disgusting. It really bothers me. And what?
That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with the country.
Yeah, I mean, it's not okay.
The poor is always going to be poor. The fucking Democrats shut down the black cities, man. They fucking all the fucking cities where they're giving incentives on getting the vaccine are Democrat-ran cities. You know what I'm saying? They're fucking they keep them broke, and then they fucking try to con them into doing whatever the fuck they want to do, like take a vaccine. You know, that's why racism's here. That's why everything's here.
Oh, they are the most racist.
Poor.
They are the most. They're like Strom Thurmond and all this other stuff, man. I mean, they're like career politicians. Robert Byrd, is that a name that sounds familiar to you? I was just looking at Strom Thurmond. Robert Byrd was succeeded by Strom Thurmond, which is crazy. And it said that he was the oldest senator. Which, if you look at it, who's the oldest senator we got now? This fucking still active. It's Joe Biden. Robert Byrd, Strom Thurmond, Joe Biden, longest running senators, career politicians that are racist as fuck. I mean, he's in that club, dude. I think someone called him a Dixiecrat. Yeah, dude.
They will get up there on those State of the Union addresses. Even fucking Donald Trump, even George W. Bush, a Republican, Democrat, it doesn't matter which ones. And they will get on their they will start hollering out their achievements that had nothing to do with actually helping the American people. Nothing.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you look at most of it, dude, and it's all helping a lobbying firm or something like that, dude. It's really, it hurts, man, to see someone that you put your faith in. Barack Obama is the greatest fucking choice that you can make as for a politician that did absolutely nothing than what they said they were going to. You listen to Barack Obama running against Hillary and stuff like that. The dude, no wonder people thought that he could have been the Antichrist. The dude said everything fucking right. Total transparency in government. That was one of the big things that stuck out for me. You know? And, dude, there was nothing like that. There was also a lot of weird things he said, too, man. Like, a civilian police force. I always thought that was weird that he had that. I was like, dude, that's like some Hitler Youth stuff. Really, we need to have a civilian police force. Barack Obama, what a smooth motherfucker. That dude was like, if you've been taking Metamucil your whole life, he's a smooth motherfucker.
He really was, man. He was a gifted,
because he's a piece of shit.
He was a gifted speaker, and the thing about it is, though, is that's why I think I love Trump so much, is because not only is his voice hilarious to me, and the things he says are hilarious to me, but the things that he said, most of them he actually did.
Yeah, that's true. The good thing about Trump, and dude, there's a lot of bad stuff about him, but the good thing about him is that he was still kind of that outsider, even being like 4 years deep into Washington. I mean, he's 70-something years old, dude. You can't beat the civilian out of him. He's not a public servant. He's nothing like that. So there's a part of him that fucking realizes, what people need. I mean, he still gets, even though he's like a kind of a billionaire or whatever like that, he still knows what the working man is fucking clawing for every fucking paycheck, every week, man. What the fucking working man is paying for.
He was down there with his fucking workers a lot of the times, going down there on those buildings that he was building, and he listened to their fucking complaints. So, I mean, no one will ever talk about that. No one will actually talk about the Donald Trump that really did care. But do I like the messianic fucking thing that people do with him? No.
It is weird, man. It really is, the whole. But I mean, dude, there's good reason. There's good reason to see that whole messianic thing. I mean, it's not like, hey, we just pulled this out of the other. There was a lot of fucking gears in motion, that spun that whole narrative, man. I mean, the whole thing. There was a pastor.
Your personality can't start and stop with Donald Trump.
There wasn't how.
I said, there are some people out there, their personality starts and stops with Donald Trump.
Well, it's all they have. And honestly, if they didn't have Donald Trump, it would be someone else. The question is, who would it be, and how bad would it be if it was worse? You could do worse than Donald Trump. But yeah, I feel like
I got so obsessed with that election and the Capitol and QAnon and all that stuff. I got so invested deep into that shit that I was losing sleep over it.
Oh, really? Wow, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would check my phone. I would type in his name. When they banned him from Twitter, dude.
Well, how do you feel now that Biden administration is talking about labeling people like you, who obviously isn't, but they're trying to say you are a domestic terrorist?
Well,
which you could be subject to having the FBI knock on your fucking door. You could be locked up without probable cause. I mean, George Bush, Dick Cheney, got all this stuff into motion, like the Patriot Act, where you're domestic terrorist, Charles. Well, what do you classify as domestic terrorism? Oh, I'm jihad. Oh, no, that we're not classifying that no more. Now we're talking about if you think the election was stolen, if you think anything that isn't what we're about, is domestic terrorism. You're trying to do an insurgency or an insurrection. My bad. You're trying to do an insurrection. You're the words you're speaking are inciting, what could lead to an insurrection. That's what's even scarier. Your words, so they basically outlawed free fucking speech.
Yeah,
or they're trying to. Thank God we still live in something where, somewhat of a republic, dude, where some of these people are voting against it. But it's terrifying, man. I think it's probably one of the most scariest moments of the fucking nation ever.
That's like, but I knew what was coming with him. I knew the inflation was going to go up. I knew he was going to print off more money. I knew that he was going to be a babbling idiot. Like, I knew that wasn't going to change.
Yeah, if you've been paying attention, you knew that one was coming, man. Oh, God. Some
But
of these people, man.
I didn't think he would start trying to cross the line on shit like that.
Dude, I remember, I think it was maybe the day after inauguration. No, it was inauguration day, but I remember seeing on people's Facebook page, which is probably the most disgusting place you could be. People's Facebook page. But yeah, I seen that someone posted, oh, what a great day. I woke up this morning and threw an orange out to bring in what's going to happen. So they threw an orange, or they, lit, not figuratively. What am I trying to think of? I don't know. But anyways, they were saying all that stuff to commemorate fucking Donald Trump getting fucking ousted from the White House. They made a post. They felt that strongly about Donald Trump and all that stuff that they on Facebook said they threw a fucking orange out of into their yard to commemorate the day.
Dude, and I'll never forget it. When it was the Time People of the Year or whatever, it was Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. All those fucking nurses, all those people in the hospitals, fucking saving lives.
Oh, and Joe Biden
and they did that.
Person of the Year. Dude, it's told, all of that shit's so political. I mean, it's kind of like when you watch, when you're well versed enough to recognize serious talent in the acting. This goes back to acting, but when you realize like what's good acting, what isn't, and then you see like somebody like I really can't think of anybody, but I'm looking at Leonardo DiCaprio right now. But Leonardo DiCaprio wins an Oscar, which he probably should have a long time ago. But yeah, he wins an Oscar and stuff like that. And you're like, dude, this is solely like, this is like most popular in the yearbook. This is superlative, It really means nothing. This award, the Oscar, once upon a time it did. It was prestigious. But they made the prestigious not even prestigious.
Don't you think that they could have just chosen like 10 or 15 or 20 even and took a big wide photo of the medical workers all wearing masks and, literally just getting off their shift, and they all posed for the photo and put the person of the year is, the American medical workers.
Yeah. And by all rights, that's probably what it should have been. Maybe. Instead of Joe Biden, so Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were people of the year.
Yes.
That goes to show you how politicized pretty much front page press is. What people have come to accept is, oh, this is the truth. Oh, it's in Time magazine. It's the truth. Imagine seeing that. I mean, this all has to go back to fucking Obama and it's got to have something to do with the Smith-Mundt Act, Well,
look, what about the new conspiracy? I mean, it's such a deep conspiracy that even Trump is walking around talking about it. So, do you think that Trump is going to be reinstated in August?
Not in this version of the United States. It would have to be total anarchy. It would. I do not see fucking Washington going down without a fight. And I'm not saying, oh, there's going to be all this stuff involved, fireworks and all this crap. I don't think that. But I just do not see that. Oh, you got me. Yeah, we stole it. Dude, even if they do figure it out, I mean, everyone knows it. But even if they got fucking, the proof in front. Dude, we have so much proof now. And people aren't doing shit. I just don't see. People are, and this is by design, dude. This is how they want it.
I mean, the military was taught. I mean, like, there was people in Washington were getting freaked out the other day because there was fucking like 6 Black Hawk helicopters landing in the White House lawn and landing in the Capitol lawn, and people are like, "What the fuck's going on?" They said it was an exercise. Well, every time they say there's a training exercise going on, I just automatically take it as like, okay, so some dirty shit happens.
Oh, that's kind of. I haven't heard anything about that. So you're saying there was Black Hawk helicopters touching down Going,
Like 3 of them touched down in the Capitol, and I think 1 or 2 of them touched down on the White House lawn. And then they flew up, and then they low flied over the fucking.
no, three isn't it? I don't see how 3 times could be a training exercise. Maybe it is, but I mean that's you got to go back and how much personnel could you be picking up to drop there 3 times and then fucking leave?
Well, I mean, Black Hawk helicopters aren't transport vehicles, you know.
So
They're literally just fighting machines.
What were they touching down for? Okay, so they were touching. Maybe they were. I don't know. I mean, they really are gearing up. They really are anticipating. I can't say that they're not anticipating it, you know, which is so weird, man. I mean, I heard something about QAnon not too long ago, man. It was talking about, like, some of the QAnon followers are going to get impatient with the plan and decide to take matters into their own hands, and they're going to storm the Capitol.
That's not that far-fetched.
Do what?
I said that's not that far-fetched.
Maybe it isn't. I mean, shit, the people I talk to, I mean, everybody I talk to was like me. They're trying to fucking, you know, living paycheck to paycheck. You know, I'm worried about what's going on, you know, outside of me, but I cannot neglect what's going on in my fucking proximity, you know, where the outside stuff really is taking it. I mean, it will later on, but, you know, for right now and the chain reaction stuff, I really got to focus on going to work 5 days a week.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I got videos to shoot. I got a big production coming up. I'm going to be doing a lot of fishing and stuff and hunting. I'm worried, and and I do want to see change.
Yeah, we should be worried, man.
The thing about it is like, how patriotic do you want me to fucking be? I mean, some of these motherfuckers that didn't even go into the Capitol got fucking arrested for stuff that they didn't even do.
Yeah, that's bad, bro.
I'm not trying to end my life or my career because I have to go spend 2 years in jail for vandalizing government property or something that I didn't even do.
Listen, I mean, there's corrupt attorney generals and fucking districts and stuff like that even if you didn't do something bad, and they know you didn't fucking do the crime, that they don't want to admit that they got it wrong, and they will still offer you like a plea deal, you know? Like, oh, you can go to court, but it's going to cost you so and so much. You're like, motherfucker, I'm innocent. It doesn't really matter, man. I mean, justice really is blind. I mean, or as what they used to say, that old saying, you know, court is where justice goes to die. That's even worse, because then you got the people that are like career politicians, you know, Soros implants or something like that. That's even, I hate the whole George Soros thing, I really do.
I think that's what pisses me off the most, is that you don't have to be a genius. You don't have to be a Republican. I just knocked something over there. You don't have to be a genius to know that you don't even have to be Republican or Democrat. You can be either one. But the sad thing is, I'm sorry it's taking me so long to get out. The sad thing about it is that these people who commit these crimes and how corrupt they are, how money hungry they are, how dirty they are, they'll never be held accountable for it, ever.
Yeah, and that's a big part of it too, man. They never had. I mean, you look at fucking Obama, the Obama administration's like the Fast and Furious. Speaking of Fast and Furious, I want to get back to that because I'm about to get off here. But the Fast and Furious scandal, man, where they were they were selling guns to drug cartel members, and you know, I want to say the words in perpetuity. I can't even think of the word now, but one of the guns that they sold fucking actually killed a federal officer. So one of the guns that Obama signed off on to sell to the fucking cartels eventually killed a federal officer, you know, and it was this big scandal. Really nothing happened to Eric Holder, who I think was over the DOJ at that time. Nothing happened to him. He resigned. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of. We don't go to jail. You know, I know Obama signed that thing into where no president can go to jail, pretty much. Because if anybody had to worry, if your president has to worry about going to jail where they got to pass a fucking law or whatever to not go to jail, that ought to really wake you up. But a lot of people aren't fucking waking up to this stuff, man. They're more interested into, who the Hawks are playing and what the score is, so they can talk about it tomorrow, with their because they're so worried about being accepted, man. They're so worried about peer pressure. Peer pressure might have ruined this country. Really.
I hate how everything I say, like if I say, like there's a lot of people automatically, if I give my opinion on politics or anything like that, they automatically call me a conspiracy theorist. I'm like, what land do you live in? Like,
yeah.
what?
Yeah, it's really bad now. Dude, like, fucking, did you see where Jon Stewart came out on Colbert and was saying that the coronavirus came from the Wuhan lab? And even people, like, that are, like, diehard liberals were, like, losing their minds over it. Like, that's the most far-fetched thing. Like, he just pulled it out of his ass with fucking, unicorns and fucking party poppers. The coronavirus, the COVID-19 came from the Wuhan lab. Dude, I mean, there's no denying it didn't. No denying. Oh, it came from the wet market over there. Someone had something. Well, how about the fucking coronavirus lab that's around the block? You don't think it came from there? No, I'm pretty sure it came from this guy's Wuhan, this guy's fucking soup, egg drop soup over here. Oh, okay. Yeah, how stupid do you gotta be? And the fact that people are still even debating that fact, it's kind of sad, too. I mean, you are so retarded. Like, legally, how can you drive a car? Seriously. If you don't think that, there's still people that believe that it fucking came from the guy cooking fucking egg drop soup at the wet market.
Yeah, the bat or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, dude, the Wuhan lab was right around the corner from that. Jon Stewart was talking about that. People lost. Even Stephen Colbert tried to fucking save it, but it was like he just fucking couldn't contain the avalanche of truth that this is. Even the libs are jumping on this story because it's the fucking truth, and there's no denying it. There's been fucking the guy from FDA, Scott Gottlieb, who was a guy who's fucking. The only reason I know his name is because he's tried so hard to fucking pretty much eradicate kratom in the United States. But he came out and said that Fauci a year ago briefed all the world or the top leaders or over the divisions that it came from a lab. That was from Scott Gottlieb, who was a piece of shit, totally in the pocket of Big Pharma. That came from his mouth. And the only reason I can think he said it, because, I mean, this dude isn't a fucking, by stretch of the imagination, an altruistic individual. But, the only reason he said it is to save his own skin. Because that's what he's about anyway. He's always trying to line his own pockets. I mean, there's no reason to say, yeah, you can't have kratom. Other than the fact that, like, you're trying to fucking keep a market for methadone or something like that. That's the only thing I could think that it could compare to as far as kratom goes. But yeah, Scott Gottlieb said that. That's fucking crazy, man. But yeah, I mean it's really gotten out from under them. But yeah, to call someone a conspiracy theorist, I mean that goes back to the old days of how can I discredit you in the most easiest way possible? Oh, I'll just call you a conspiracy. I remember someone called me a conspiracy theorist back when Trump got elected. It was one of my good friend's wives, and like I don't even think I said anything that was that conspiratorial. I want to say it was backed up by. It wasn't like it was something I just pulled out of my ass or someone else's fucking ass on the internet. It was something that was backed up by scientific studies. Also, a lot of presses was like picking up on it. I had repeated something like a synonym, um, pretty fucking parallel with theirs, and I was labeled a conspiracy theorist, and it was pretty. You could probably attest to this too, but it was pretty fucking insulting, you know, to get labeled that a conspiracy theorist.
Well, I mean, I guess, I think we've all seen it, man, pretty clear as day that a lot of the stuff we thought were conspiracies ain't.
Yeah.
So now it's like,
talk about
just fact theory.
Yeah, and really, I guess the conspiracy really could be, what kind of punishment is the party gonna receive? Which it seems like you said, they never get fucking punished. So
another conspiracy that just disappeared. It just disappeared. The fucking gunman in Las Vegas at that concert. Worst mass shooting in American history. Probably in the history of the world. 59 people or 69 people dead. Fucking 700 fucking injured.
What was the story behind that guy too? I remember hearing one thing about him, the Las Vegas gunman, was that he had paid off all his bills beforehand.
Yeah, he paid off all of his bills, and he went and gambled at the casino, brought in like 60 fucking firearms and thousands of rounds of ammunition, and he fucking removed a hurricane-proof fucking window.
Yeah, right.
That don't even open.
Yeah, you gotta have a special tool to probably open it. You gotta have like the fucking Nintendo, the Nintendo, the Y tool that you have to have for Nintendo products only. Oh, you need the Y screw for that.
Yep, and no shit, dude. He fucking mowed all those people down with an AR-15 and a bump stock. That's bullshit. That was a fully automatic. There's the seconds per round. There was too much going on for it to be a bump stock and an AR-15, and not just that, but it was just one guy doing all that. And then when the pictures of them finding him dead, it's just the fucking room pictures where he's dead in the room. There's a gun over his foot. Like literally his foot's under a gun that's laying on the floor. And all these guns are just strewn around the room.
Like he's just fucking emptying the clip and grabbing another one.
It was the weirdest shit ever, and nobody talks about it because there's too many damn inconsistencies in it. The fucking people some of the people who claim to have heard a fucking another shooter and seen more shooters fucking mysteriously fucking disappeared. Fucking footage being pulled from all the cameras around the hotel. I mean, dude, there's not one single clip of somebody holding the camera up to the window when all those shots are being fired. It's just
what do you think the end game was to this? I mean, like, why would they...
Bump stocks got banned.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, man. That's a big deal. That's a big fucking deal. I mean, if you look at it solely from the perspective of what this accomplished, that's a pretty big deal. I mean, you obviously you're never going to get... I mean, I don't think you will. You will never get guns, banned here in the U.S. And if you do, you better watch out.
You don't have to kill a lot of motherfuckers for it to happen.
You better watch out. But yeah, that's a big deal. That's a win, dude. And the deep state playbook.
I mean,
that's a winning play.
You have to freaking, to be able to, have a fully automatic weapon. You have to fill out that Class 3 weapons permit. For that permit, and you got to go through the ATF and the FBI, and yeah, that's fine. Go. You have to go through all this shit. Go.
I'm trying to see that spider.
Go.
Why are you pushing?
Well, that's crazy, man. I mean, just the whole. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff, a lot of hoops to jump through. Now you got to do all that.
Yeah, well,
I
Yeah,
totally
but
see that
that's
as
what I'm saying, though. To buy a fully automatic weapon, Josh, that a select fire weapon like the military has, it's going to cost you after, you know, you get the stamp and all that, and then actually buy a gun that's pre-1982, which means you get garbage. You can't have a gun that was made after 1982 fully automatic. So you're going to be spending like 20 grand just on the gun. So the bump stocks made the AR-15s basically fully automatic.
I could totally see it to where the government's, listen, we haven't, your right to bear arms, we haven't fucking infringed on that at all. I mean, you can have a bow and arrow. Yeah, I could totally see it eventually getting to that, which is
Joe
crazy.
Biden told this fucking like 5'2" woman, said she was saying how she, you know, she loved her AR-15, and you know, she defended her home, her property, everything with it.
What
and
about
even hunted with it? And Joe Biden was like, a woman doesn't even need an AR-15.
He's a fool.
Get a double barrel shotgun. a double barrel 12 gauge would fucking blow me back.
See, that's what these motherfuckers, Joe Biden and all them, and this goes to stand. Thank God, dude. Can you imagine this judge actually came from fucking California, but he said that, you know, the right to fucking bear arms isn't just about home defense. Dude, that was like a moment from like, thank God, dude, we're not totally in fucking clown world where everyone's fucking retarded and you know, just trying to grease themselves into the fucking New World Order bear trap, you know?
Yeah, look, a fucking 22 and a 12 gauge and a 30-06, those guns are for hunting. A fucking pistol, like a 9mm, like a Glock or Smith & Wesson revolver, you know, chambered in 357 or 38, that's self-defense. That's 90% of people are going to grab a pistol. But the AR-15 and all the guns like it, it's got one purpose, and that's to defend against a tyrannical government.
Yeah, and they want that one gone, don't they? Badly.
They know that one is the one that can, you know, at least make the civilians equal.
Well, people need to know that. Dumbasses need to be known that. They need to know. And a lot of people can't even get their head around the fact that the government might want to control you. A lot of people are just so fucking in the dream state where they're like, I live in the bubble. Nothing can affect me. You know, as long as I play my Xbox, I'm fine. You know, and get to eat Taco Bell. A lot of people are like that. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I would like to be like that all the time too. It'd be nice. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, responsibilities and other things too, and long, lifelong longevity for your family and your genetic line. You know, needs to be preserved.
The founding fathers that started this country, man, I'm telling you, if they saw it now, they would be, and that because that's the thing, man. I'm telling you, we give these motherfuckers power, dude. We give these motherfuckers power, and they turn a democracy into other shit. It's hard to pinpoint if it's going to be socialism, communism.
Well, it's so crazy too that they've convinced everybody that, you know, that we are a democracy. We're obviously a fucking republic too. You know, the fact that people even could make that argument, and you're like, you've been lied to. We're a fucking republic. We're a constitutional republic. There's no democracy here because democracy is retarded. You know, not everyone deserves a vote when you're seriously sub-retarded or even retarded.
If people talk about life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness, anytime the politicians fucking talk about that shit, or your God-given rights, or the Constitution, I want to just fucking smack them in the goddamn mouth. Like, for real, I better not. If it's about life and liberty and the pursuit of happiness and the American dream and all men are created equal and all this other bullshit, then why the fuck can I ride through one city and see the fucking rich part, and then go to the fucking slums where buildings are shut down, businesses are closed, fucking disgusting ass fucking trailer parks and projects. I mean, that there is no pursuit of fucking happiness. There is no American dream. All that shit is dead. And these motherfuckers show up in their goddamn brigade of 16 fucking cars and police stopping the highway and fucking wearing these $5,000 suits, reading off of a goddamn teleprompter, and we're dumb enough to fucking fall into it.
Oh, it's totally Vince McMahon, WWE. I always say WWF, but now I can say WWE. But yeah, WWE theatrics, man. I mean, it's totally fucking. It's show business.
That's all it is. It
really is. It's packaged in the fucking news. It's fucking palatable. It's fucking easily digestible. You know, sound bites, whatever they say. Oh, I agree with him. You just heard 15 seconds of a 20-minute speech, you know, where he said you're fucked. Good thing they clipped out that one part.
And the fact that they, on the campaign trail, that they do those little fucking commercials where they're bashing the other fucking...
There ought to be a rule, man, where if you do not fucking meet all of your campaign promises in the first 4 years, you are ineligible to fucking run for a second term. That ought to be a thing. Now to say, oh, well,
I agree with that 100%.
There's a lot of factors involved. We couldn't get so and so on board, and it's like, nah, nah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
you tried, you failed. You shouldn't have told us that you could do that.
Yeah, I mean, there's really got to be a career term limit. There can't be like another Strom Thurmond, Robert Byrd, Joe Biden. Or Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer.
You told your fucking employee when you signed that application that you would follow the rules and regulations of that fucking place. You show up to work every day. You know what I'm saying? You do your job. You dress, you know, you don't look like a total slouch and all that shit. If these motherfuckers can't show up to work, they deserve to get fired.
Yeah, absolutely. Then it's even a shame that they've got a contract for 4 years. I mean, you can get impeached, but it's never. They want to say, oh, it's the people's choice. No, it's the fucking, you know, the senators and all that shit's choice. Your representatives.
And they get $1.2 million.
Crazy too. The whole system is actually pretty genius. Was it like Thomas Jefferson's fucking plan or whatever? That motherfucker really fucking was playing some 5D chess or 4D chess, whatever they want to call it. Thomas Jefferson really was, and the fact that he did that back in the day when knowledge wasn't as easily accessible, Thomas Jefferson was a damn genius. I got an alarm going off. Hang on a second. Maybe that was you. But anyways, dude, we gotta watch. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, I gotta hop off too. Yeah, just ended on the Fast and the Furious. But I had a blast, man. And we'll do another one soon.
Yeah, Fast. I would like to get our takes on it, but oh well. Fast and Furious 9, Dom. El Domino. That fucking piano part. That's how it all started. This show. Charles, thanks for fucking hopping in, dude. Let's fucking just.
Welcome, brother. I really did have a blast. I really enjoyed this one.
I bet all y'all. Ed did. I'll see you.
No, I'm gonna give it to you. It's very special. It's for protection from what's coming.
All right, Dom. What's next?
No matter how fast you are,
I am not too big compared to you.
no one outruns their past.
I am more easy, you trying your best to become me.
And mine just caught up to me. Been a long time, Dom.
How the fuck are they brothers, really? I mean, seriously.